Alright, these are my NHL season predictions. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. Central Division, I have the Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche, and Nashville Predators taking the top three spots and getting an automatic playoff berth. I've got Utah and Winnipeg taking up both of the Western Conference wildcard spots. And then I've got the Wild, Blues, and Blackhawks eliminated. Stars, Avs, and Predators are absolutely loaded this year. No explanation needed, I think. Those are clearly the top three in the division. But 4 and 5 are interesting. I think Utah has the potential to be a really good team. I like what they're building over there. I mean, if you remember last year, they could have been a playoff team if they kept up their hot first half. And then Winnipeg, I wanted to not put them in, but I just felt like they would sneak in somehow. And then the other three teams, I could see Minnesota or St. Louis sneaking into a playoff spot, but I just don't think they're better than the other teams that could get spots instead. And then Chicago's just not ready yet, simply. But Bedard's cool. Pacific, we've got Edmonton, Vancouver, and the Kings taking those spots. And everybody else is eliminated, including Vegas. I just don't see it with Vegas this year. They lost Thompson and Marchessault, and I can't remember who else they lost, but it's probably the worst team since they've been a thing, honestly. Seattle, Calgary, Anaheim, San Jose, no-brainers. Those aren't going to be in the playoffs. I could maybe see Calgary surprising somebody, but no. All right, Eastern Conference now. I've got, for the Atlantic Division, I've got Florida, Toronto, and Tampa taking the top three spots, and then Boston and Buffalo getting the other two wild card spots in the East. I like what Florida and Toronto are doing, as well as Tampa. They lose Stamkos, which is really bad for their power play, but they're still going to be good, and they know how to win games. Boston, I expect a decline, a pretty sharp one actually this year, but I still think they find a way to get in. And Buffalo, I like what Buffalo has. I know a lot of people like to laugh at them, but you really look at it from the top on down. It is a really solid team, and with all the young guys they have there, I really think they can make the playoffs. And then Detroit, Ottawa, and Montreal, these are kind of exciting teams, I'm not going to lie, but I just don't see them making it over these other teams. The Metro, I think, is the most contentious division in the league. We've got New York, Carolina, and the Devils taking those playoff spots. New York and Carolina are no-brainers. The third spot, I kind of debated for a while, but I just like the Devils better than the other teams. But you look Washington to Philadelphia, those four teams all could make the playoffs, and I wouldn't be shocked at all. And then Columbus, what they have going on over there with Johnny Gaudreau's passing, it's tragic, and obviously you don't have your star player anymore, and it's going to be a rough year, no doubt, for Columbus, but just I don't know what to say. I feel so bad for Blue Jackets fans. They've really gotten the worst of it over the years. Well, those are your 16 playoff contenders. So these are our matchups in the first round, and in the first round, I've got Dallas defeating Winnipeg. I think this is a no-brainer. Dallas has had their number for a long time now. They always seem to win by 2, which is weird. Then we got we got Colorado versus Nashville. Colorado, I think, wins. I think Nashville actually might be more loaded than Colorado, but Colorado's just been here and they know what to do in the playoffs. Edmonton and Utah, I have Utah sneaking into the second round this year. I don't know what it is. I like this team that they have, and I think they could match up well against Edmonton. Then we got Vancouver. I think they'll beat the Kings. The Kings, maybe I shouldn't have put them in the playoffs now that I think about it, but the Kings are good, but I just don't think they can go far in a playoff series, especially with how unloaded they are on offense. Then we go to the East. We've got Florida, Toronto, New York, and New Jersey moving on. I think those are all pretty easy to pick, although Toronto, you got the first round thing with them. I could see people saying no to that, but And then also we got New Jersey beating Carolina. I could see this happening. I actually think it's pretty likely. I mean, considering what New Jersey has, and Carolina just seems to be stuck right now. I think New Jersey's better. And then for our conference final matchups, I've got Dallas beating Colorado in the second round yet again. Third time in like 5 years this would have happened. And then Vancouver, sadly, will end Utah's great run. And then Florida beats Toronto again. And New Jersey beats New York. I don't remember. I think New Jersey beat them in the playoffs a couple years ago. I don't remember, though. All right, so we got Dallas and Vancouver. And then we got Florida and New Jersey. And I've got the Stars and Panthers meeting in the finals. Honestly, I think this is a no-brainer. I think these are far and away the two best teams in the league. I don't think it's close. And both of them are just, they're great in everything. I mean, you look at the Stars, loaded on offense. You got Miro Heiskanen. Well, I was talking about offense, and I mentioned a defensive player. But, like, on offense, you got Jason Robertson, Rope Hands, Wyatt Johnston, Logan Stankoven, Maverick Borg, who else? Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Sam Steele. I mean, just loaded on the offensive side for the Stars. I'm forgetting some people, I know. You got Dodonov as well. Defense, you've got Heiskanen and Harley. I think that's a really nice pairing for the future. And then you got Lindell and Lyubushkin. I like getting Lyubushkin for the Stars. And then you got Dumba and Brendan Smith as well on defense. So that's a really nice defensive core. With the Panthers, I wouldn't say the Panthers. I mean, I think they are, actually. The Panthers are pretty loaded. Wonderful offense. I love what they have. They lost Brandon Montour to Seattle, which is unfortunate for their defense, but I still like what they have there. They just locked up Carter Verhaeghe on an extension. He's kind of been their cog, I guess. He's definitely the best player, like, late game for them. So that's a nice job to get him back. But it comes down. You got the depth of the Stars versus just this well-oiled machine that the Panthers have. And I think this is going to be a very contentious finals. Probably the closest finals I think we may have ever seen. But I have the Stars pulling it out in 7. I just like their depth more. You can call me a homer all you want, but this just makes sense, in my opinion. This is the best Stars team in franchise history. I was telling people last year, the last year's team was the best. We kind of petered out in the Western Conference, but that's okay. That's happened 2 years in a row, which is a bit concerning. But this team is just loaded, and we've got guys coming in the minor leagues as well that are looking to make an impact. We've got so much depth. That's just all it is. It's just depth. I mean, it's incredible what they've built over there. Jim Nill is best general manager in the league. It's not even close. Panthers gonna put up a good fight, but I got the Stars winning in 7. If you come across this video, let me know. What do you think? Do you think the Stars are winning? Do you think the Kraken are winning, or whoever? I don't know who you have winning, but I'd love to hear in the comments. Like, subscribe, do all that if you want. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it. It's been kind of slow for the channel these past couple of weeks. I haven't been able to upload. I just got a job, so it's a little difficult to upload while you get a job in school, and I've got midterms coming up as well. Alright, well, I'll see y'all in the next video. The Stars will be your Stanley Cup champs in 2025.